About a year ago, Essex Blind Charity looked at offering other services, social services, to some of the customers that came here that were visually impaired or blind. And we looked at possibly an art group. So as I came from an artist background, I've been working with a group in Clacton now for just over, say, a year. Two members are blind, and the rest of them with various visual impairments. And the group now has developed to such an extent that we have a maximum of 10. I have 3 assistants, and really on the ratio, working with people who are visually impaired or blind, it should be on a 1 to 3 maximum. But we hope to open up in Colchester as well, if we can, and there's more and more people interested. I do go and give talks to other associations, the Macular Society, and there's always a keen interest. So there is a demand here for actually doing that. And although we only meet up on a monthly basis, the intention is that they can then go home and continue to paint at home in their own environment. What really they required is somebody to sort of like lead them with ideas and suggestions, and that is what I hopefully do. And thereupon afterwards they can take it further themselves, so that they have the freedom to explore as much as possible. One of our ladies has had exhibitions. She's been on the radio twice. Another gentleman I found only started painting when he retired, and his paintings now are really worthy of an exhibition in their own right. We started painting using acrylics. We've also worked using tactile materials such as putty and different things. And then we worked on a theme of different things that they might be interested in. First of all, they were interested in Aboriginal art, which is very, very colourful. And so you've got the skies and the reds and the blacks. And we painted this one as the first group project called Dreamtime. And then we moved on to the Four Seasons. And last year, we produced our very first Christmas cards for December, just gone. And possibly we'll be looking at doing a calendar another year. But we try to make the art paintings and clay and ceramic work, and we want to produce the work that can go out and about, and maybe even create our own website with it. So we're quite ambitious with the way we're looking forward, and there's lots of opportunities opening up in this line for us.
Well, I've always been a bit of a dabbler and dauber when it comes to art, but never considered it to be of any good, if that's the right word to use. And then as time went on, and I couldn't see colours, and then you can't paint with a brush onto a canvas, take the brush away, go into the paint and go back, because you don't know where you are. Once I realised I couldn't do that, I kind of shrugged and said, well, I can't do that anymore. And I didn't really want to go into abstract, and I didn't really want to go into model making or true collage work. So I thought, oh well, never mind, it was nice while it lasted. You know, I've got 5 paintings I did using huge magnifying, what are they called, sheets. And I used magnifying glasses as well. But then I thought, well, I can't do that anymore. I've got no colour. I can't see images, so I just left it. Until one day, here at Sam's Hall, there was a possibility of an art group. And I got chatting to our tutor, and she said, I'd like to see the work that you've done. And which we did. And then from there, I thought, there has to be a way. And I found that way in B&Q of all places. And it's these tiny sort of bubblegum sized pieces of repair putty, and you can use it to do a dent in a car or a guttering, or even mend a kettle if you felt that way inclined. And I use it in sort of string form. I take a piece, pinch it, and then roll it, and then press it into the form or the shape or whatever I want to do. And that gives me the outline of the subject, the shape. So if I wanted perhaps a valley scene of or a hill scene through a valley, I would actually map out that with the blue tack and try and use the brush in the ways that I can actually follow the blue tack around. We're going to make a good few strange paintings using it, but it will be a good experience. In fact, what we did today is an example of that. I wanted something recognisable. I didn't want people to look at it and think, gosh, what is it? And then ask me in that time, what is it? You know, and I wanted to be able to say, no, it is a so-and-so, and them to say, so I wanted something that was recognisable, and hopefully I've achieved that. And the one I did of Amber has been entered for the Helen Keller International Award, which is, I think the shortlist is going to be announced at the end of January, so fingers crossed. But my next one is going to be, and you'll smile, and I don't mind, a portrait of me. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will attempt it, even if I end up looking like a lollipop lady.
We'll have a library exhibition in Colchester, and that will be coming up for October, November of this year. We have one that's in Reed House, which is our residential home in Frinton, and others will be shown and possibly even sold and that, but we mainly want to have a travelling group of paintings that we can use for display and getting our message out that even when one is visually impaired, even if one is completely blind, you can still paint, you can still get satisfaction from that, and that's mainly the message we want as a charity to pass over.